yes, if we had $1 million right now, we could really change a lot of things. And then I wonder, amalgamizing the benefits into a monthly income. Stay tuned. We're live. Join us next. Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning into PWD Allies podcast. My name is Brent Frain. I'm the host. And today we're going to be talking about $1 million. Like I said at the intro, it was kind of messed up. It was one of those quick shows that were just on the fly. And well, please, like and share and subscribe, comment. All the drill, everyone.
Well, we were supposed to have Susan Abels on today from Basic Income. Was it the Basic Income Coalition or something like that? But yeah, she didn't show. And then so we were trying to think by the seat of her pants, and I launched the show, and then it gave us some weird feedback. So then I had to cancel the show, and I had to relaunch again. And so we've had some fun trying to get the show off the ground today.
And then I didn't realize that the show was live, and then I was live. But
Yeah.
like, if I had $1 million, like if if the guest would have been on, maybe the guest would come on again. But I guess we probably would have talked about $1 million then.
If you had $1 million, you could hire a better producer, Brent.
Oh, I have the best producer right here, but $1 million. Uh, you know, I mean, we'll be talking about what $1 million could do for so many people.
Yeah,
Um,
well, and today we're gonna be running a quick and dirty podcast. We're gonna do a sample run of a 20-minute broadcast. So we're gonna be
okay,
running things in fast speed today. So yeah, we're doing a test run of this today. So let's
so
give this
so
give
the,
this a go.
this is the thing where Brent has to stay really focused and
Really
not,
focused.
and
Yeah.
then at the end of the show not say, and I'd like to talk about that because that leads into another show.
No rabbit
No,
holes today. We're gonna be super
no rabbit
focused.
holes. So today we're going to be
Yeah.
talking about supplements, supplements that people on BC disability benefits in the province of British Columbia. Now I know there's other provinces that probably have something equivalent, but we're going to be focusing on BC benefits. So there's supplements that people can apply for. They don't automatically qualify for unless they have medical conditions. Now, those conditions range from a lot of different disabilities, different medical conditions that people can apply to, right? I mean, I'll give you an example. I mean, there's a dietary supplement. Then you need to have a certain condition in order to get that. You want a mineral supplement. You need another condition to get that. You need uh, basically a travel supplement. You need to prove why you need that. Now, there's so many different supplements you can apply for. There was a total that it totaled up to over $1,900. $1,900. Sonia did some number crunching and she came up with a $1,900 and some figure. She's not available right now. Otherwise, I would ask her what
Yeah.
those numbers are. My jaw dropped when I heard these numbers. So that tells me that amount is actually sitting there right now behind the
Mhm.
scenes that people have to apply for to get a little bit, a little supplement here, a little supplement there, a little supplement here. It all adds up.
And
What?
and Sheila Malcolmson herself has said, I mean, I have heard her say from her own mouth
Mhm.
that all of these supplements, like the crisis supplement, for example, is another
Yeah,
one.
yeah, 50 bucks.
That's freely available to anyone every month, freely available to anyone every month. But you have to basically beg for it though. That's the what do I want to call it? That's the paywall or that's the gatekeeping or however you want to say it. That's the gatekeeping that they have. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to prove the reason why you need that $50 crisis supplement, and that really comes down to the minister's their office discretion too. Like they don't have to give that to you. I mean, you can
Mhm.
apply for it and say, well, the cost of living is high. Food inflation's high, rents are high, market rents are high. But then you're going to get an earful from a worker who may not be as compassionate and understanding that maybe it doesn't affect their lives, right? It might be that they're privileged and well taken care of, and so they don't really feel that impact on the cost of living. And I don't know who doesn't affect the cost of living these days. My neighbor makes a six-figure salary, and she is suffering immensely bad. There are high mortgage costs, auto payments, insurance, and basically, almost $1,000 in payments for their automobile, plus their mortgage, plus the home insurance for their home. They have a huge home insurance that they got to pay, high hydro bill, just your general cost of living. And what was it? Oh yeah, the gentleman, he makes just under $5,000 a month, and he said he's struggling. So imagine people on PWD $1,483.50 a month, and now you tell me as people can't make it by just under 5,000. I know that there's probably no comparison on that. I mean, cost of living, but you get all these supplements though. I mean, so we'll talk about the supplements. You get the supplements and you add it onto the monthly check. So now, if you don't have those conditions, you've got on your income, and maybe you're lucky in life that you don't get that condition, and this is a preventable measure. So if you're looking at, say, a vitamin supplement or a mineral supplement, maybe you're low on iron your content, and I've gone through that in life, but you need to boost it up. So you need to make sure that you have the supplements that are going to prevent you from not getting a certain other condition that you need to apply for it in order to get that supplement. So you add it to the monthly check. Now people can utilize what they need for themselves as an autonomy wise, use it for what they need to get those supplements rather than begging and pleading. Because once upon a time, there's GPs would say, I can't diagnose you with these conditions because you don't have these conditions. And because I had gone through that in life, where I had a worker at one time, it said, well, Brent, just take this form to your GP and get your GP to sign off on all these things that you may qualify for. I took the form to my GP. My GP looked at this form and said, what are you doing? Like, why are you here? You don't have any of these conditions. I mean, you have that one condition, and I've already signed off on it as part of your disability, one of your disabilities, Brent, right? But I can't make you qualify for something that you're not diagnosed with. Maybe in life you may end up getting some of those diagnoses. Maybe you may not. I mean, nobody knows. Disabilities are unpredictable in life, Brent. I mean, you may knock on wood and you may not get more, but as we get older, you will get some, but they may not be to a point where they need to be diagnosed with medication or a supplement. I go, oh.
Well, another thing that's connected to supplements, I know, like in Sonia's case, for example, she has the dietary supplement that, so she can have an extra allowance for supposedly getting extra healthy food. Although, somebody left a comment on your last video going to the grocery store, and I actually commented on Sonia's behalf actually, and said, well, there's a dietary supplement for people that are diabetic, and I said, Sonia gets that, but I said, with today's food inflation, it doesn't stretch very far now. So I kind of left that comment on Sonia's behalf. So hopefully that's good.
They used to be $35. I believe that the government boosts up to $60, and that's basically when on the video, the $60 that she mentioned in the video, when we went shopping. And the bill came, actually, it was kind of ironic because we were talking about, I was recording the segment, and Sonia goes, well, how much do you think it's going to come to? Well, top of my head, I said, I don't know, $45, $46. Well, it came to $42.80.
Yeah, that's pretty good math there, Brent.
Yeah. I mean, because it was like, I was some of the cents here and there, and that was just top of my head. And she goes, well, I've only got 60. I said, well, I'll give you $17.20 left. And I mean, a can of coffee, everyone, a can of coffee I mean, the basic, you're looking at 18.95. And there's
Yeah.
one for I didn't see one for 17.95, but it's a Walmart one. It's great value. You tried it. It's
Wasn't there one
terrible.
on sale for like it was almost $30 or something?
Oh, there was one. Yeah, everyone. There was
Yeah.
one at Save on Foods. I saw it
Yeah.
was 37.99 for McDonald's McD coffee.
Yeah.
A whole shelf of them, and it was dust on the top. So it
Yeah.
tells me no, nobody's buying it. But it was on sale though for 30.95. I would not
Yeah.
pay 30.95 for a can of coffee. I'd go and buy other food items with
Yeah.
that. I mean, wow, that's
So, just before I complete my thought, because we're going down another rabbit hole here, Brent. But I did want to say that people that haven't looked at your Breaking with Brent segments, the last one is really good. That's one of the reasons why if you haven't subscribed yet already, you really should because there's so much good content on the channel. Your Breaking with Brent segments being one of them, and then of course we have the Brent and Sonia travel segments are great too.
mhm.
And they're all kind of vlog style. So you like for your Breaking with Brent, you went to the grocery store and kind of hidden camera almost kind of thing,
Yeah.
and you look for food, and then you've done a few of those actually. I remember the first time you did the very first one. It was like 2.5 years ago or something, and I
Mhm.
thought this is brilliant, and so you've kept doing them, and it's been really good. Anyway, but what I was going to say in connection with the supplements idea is that you know I forget how long it's been a long time, but remember back in the day when the provincial government would actually cover uh, three, they would cover physio or
Mhm.
massage
Mhm.
or they would cover chiropractic and they would cover all three things separately. So you could do 10 chiropractic, you could do 10 physio, and you
Mhm.
could do 10 massage. And the government would cover all three of those things,
Mhm.
right? So you could, like in theory, you could have
Yep. Point.
30 appointments, and now and then they brought it all the way down to like 10 all combined of whether it's massage or chiropractic
Or yeah, or
or physio. So and of course somebody like me who has cerebral palsy, everybody that has cerebral palsy knows, and I think there's other conditions as well. You have huge muscle tone, like really bad muscle tone, which means your muscles are tight all the time, right?
mhm.
So somebody like me, I love getting massages, but the problem is massage is very, very, very expensive.
Mhm.
Even if you find a cheap one, like there's a place by my house that's pretty cheap. It's like I think it's $40 for an hour, which is like dirt cheap, right?
Oh, that
But
is cheap. Yeah,
but even that
but it
e-
adds up though.
even that adds up, right? So like I would love to be able to do it like twice a week or even twice a month, and but I can't afford it. Even at $40, you can't really afford it, right? So it's basically every couple months maybe I'll splurge and get, but like honestly, if I could do massage at least like once or twice a week, I would do it.
Mhm.
And that's one of those things where we're talking about supplements. We're talking like if the provincial government here would just give us the money and trust that people with disabilities know how to spend it, like
Mhm.
give us more money so that they could say, well, here's an extra like $200 so that Neil can afford to do his massage that are an incredible health benefit to him.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
so I don't become a burden. I won't become a burden later on in my life cycle
Mhm.
because I'll stay healthier, right?
It puts less strain on the healthcare system. And I had that same discussion, Neil, with a chiropractor and a physiotherapist when I had severely injured my back. Just dislodged discs in there, and you know, basically bruised them pretty bad too. And I don't know that there's different terminology of all the wording of different discs, but it was scary what the doctor was describing. And all I know is that I had so much pain and I had tear running down my face, but I wasn't crying, but I had a tear
Mm-hmm.
because of all the pain. And he snapped my back. I laid there and I had to sign a declaration stating that they're not liable for any injury. And he says, I'm not going to injure you, but you have to sign it anyway. And it was one
Yeah.
of the, legal form. And I understood. And he
Mm-hmm.
says, trust me, you'll be okay. And
Mm-hmm.
the relief of the pain, it just instantly,
Yeah.
boom, it was,
Yeah.
but I had to go through the treatment and it was not cheap and it wasn't
Yeah.
covered. It was not covered under PWD.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's no massage. No massage is covered. No
Lucky for
massage
me,
is covered.
the doctor actually he had taken a bite. He had taken a bite because he knew that I was in bad shape. I needed to get healed, and I had to go through a long process of a healing process with
Mm-hmm.
through that. I mean, it took a number of months and ongoing appointments, and I had to keep going through these appointments. And if the supplement would have been there, I
Mm-hmm.
could have actually, paid. I mean, paid the doctor. I was very grateful that the doctor was willing to take a hit on the cost, and he didn't have to do that, but he chose to.
Yeah.
I mean, I
And,
was,
and and
yeah.
you know what? I said this before too. Like, and this is a separate deal. I know, but I've said before too. Like, I have a dentist who bless his heart, the whole practice actually, because my original dentist left, but the new dentists have come on, and
Mhm.
they've honored the commitment that my first dentist did, which was they pay for everything for me because they kind of know my situation of my first wife dying, and
Yeah.
that the government clawed back on all my income, and so they felt really 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 bad, and they
Mhm.
said, well, if the provincial government's not going to help you, I'm going to help you. That was the first dentist, and ever since then they've been, we'll cover you, we'll cover you, we'll cover you, right? And I
Mhm.
mean, they don't have to, they don't have to do it, but that's why they're way in Langley. I have to go to Walnut Grove every, 6 months or something for my cleaning, but I still go there because, they're so good to me there.
Mhm.
But we're getting close to the end of the show already, Brent.
Oh,
So
what?
so I just wanted to let's talk about then what kind of the our whole idea then is to basically, what we're basically saying is to scrap all of these supplements,
Mhm.
and instead of having all these supplements of all these different payments,
Mhm.
just scrap them, pool all that money, and just start giving that money to PWD, and trust that PWD, like me and you and Sonia and everybody else
Yep.
on assistance, know how to best spend that money, right?
The old saying goes,
That's what
uh,
that's what we're basically saying.
yeah, the old saying goes is that if you give a person extra money low income versus somebody that has beyond a six-figure or higher salary, someone who's getting higher salary, they won't see the money. It just goes in the account. They got so much that they won't even see it. Right? You give somebody a lower income, they know how to utilize that money. They know how to budget that money, every single penny, and I'm literally every single penny. Everybody, I know we don't have pennies anymore, but if you add up how much is left in here and there, if you get a jar, if you put a jar and you put money into every single jar, I know I used to do that many decades ago. I'd get a jar and I'd put like quarters, dimes, or whatever, loonies, toonies, even dollar bills. Like, we had dollar bills back then. But yeah, I would throw that into each one, and I would categorize it. And I would label each one of what it's for. Now that's called really utilizing the dollar, stretching the value of a dollar, getting the most value for your dollar.
Yeah,
And so having these supplements onto a monthly check,
yeah,
would make a huge difference. It puts less strain on the healthcare system. It's less bureaucratic garbage. Of course, government doesn't seem to understand about less bureaucratic stuff because they keep hiring more studies and we need to review this and study this and that. How about cut all that out?
Yeah.
Give the money. Show me the money.
Show me the money.
$1 million, everyone. $1 million, right?
And with that, Brent,
Yeah,
that
with that,
we can punch out.
I want to say thank you everyone for tuning in to PWD Allies podcast today. Please like, share, subscribe, and you know the routine. The dollar bill is right on the comments section. When you see the rebroadcast of this, you're gonna find it.
Buy us a coffee.
Buy us a coffee. Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Cheers, everyone.